Всем привет, всем здравствуйте, с вами снова Лау, и мы продолжаем играть в Dragon Age Инквизиция. Мозаика еще одна, еще мозаика. Еще... Вознесение Гиланайн. Гиланайн держалась в стороне от народа. Своей силой она порождала животных, которых никто до тех пор не видел. Небеса кишели ее чудовищами, а земли чудищами. Проохотившись на них год, Андруил предложил Гиланайн: боги поделятся с нею силой, а она пусть уничтожит свои творения, ибо слишком дикие они, чтобы обитать рядом с народом. Гиланайн согласилась и попросила 3 дня на то, чтобы отменить сотворенное. В первый день она повергла чудовище в небе, кроме тех, что принесла в дар Андруил. Во второй день утопила она морских гигантов, которые кроме самых глубоководных, ибо на совесть были они створены, и гордыня остановила ее руку. В третий день убила она твари на земле, кроме Гал, чью грацию любила превыше всего на свете. Так Гиланайн стала младшей среди богов. История об эльфийской богине. Песнь Эльгарнану. Эльгарнан, гнев и гром, дай нам славу, даруй победу над землею, что рушит наши города, порази захватчиков молниями своими, сожги землю. Ой, песни не люблю. Тень близнеца. Диртамен из Фалундин представлены в далийских легендах как неразлучные братья-близнецы. В обрывках эльфийских преданий эпохи, последовавшей за преданием Арлатана, переведенных на тейвинтерский язык, недавно переданных нашему славному университету, они упоминаются как души-двойники, но ни на какую родственную связь указания нет. В самых старых сказаниях их даже не называют напрямую. Фаландин именуется тенью Диртамена, а Диртамен – отражением Фаландина. Из имеющихся материалов можно понять, что их связь была отнюдь не романтической и даже не походила на обычную крепкую дружбу. Легенды о Диртамене и Фаландине могут быть аллегорией неких сложных эльфийских отношений, которые мы из-за недостатка контекста пока не можем себе представить. Не могу-то. Ходит, конечно. Так, а ну-ка. Зачем мы делали такой крюк? Песнь. Нет, не интересно. Сейчас, подожди, что тут? Все, что ли? Не, мне кажется, еще должен быть кто-то. Так, куда это мы? Поможем. Иди в баню. Еще куча дверей. Откроется? О, это уже туда, куда нам надо. Давайте сходим к этой с книгой, которая... Пойдем вслед за ней. Давай, идем. Интересно, почему таким путем?
The Sentinels are holding off the Red Templars.
Glad we're not between them.
Так, где?
Vier Sumiel.
Почему такой обход? Я не могу, уходит, конечно. Как будто не протезы. Через эту дверь пройдем, что ли? И? Чё, все? Все? Ну ладно. Все так все. Ой.
The Well of Sorrows.
So Mithal endures.
Andraste, guide us.
Ой, быстренько, быстренько, быстренько. Спускаемся.
An army of these bastards won't stop us. How will you get to the well, General? Tell.
Сколько же их осталось, интересно, этих эльфов?
You tough bastard. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The
The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Samson, sir, watch out!
Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. You've hunted us half across Thedas. I should have guessed you'd follow us into this hole.
What are you doing here, Samson?
Following his orders. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
You dare say that to my face? After you butchered my men? You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength the Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. So, Inquisitor, how will this go?
Разрушить доспех.
Power's all well and good, until it's taken away.
What did you do? What did you do? My armor. It's gone. The lyrium. I need it! Kill them all!
Так. Давайте с этими сначала разберусь. Что со мной? Что с тобой? Ай, надо было на Кассандру.
Think you'll win? Can't run. What's your flank?
Ну, здоровый, конечно. Интересно, если бы мы ему доспех не разрушили. И что значит быстро и больно? Разрушить доспех или не разрушить доспех? Ух, еще стал здоровей. Что-то надолго его не хватает. Ну же лежит. Сейчас еще Морриган появится.
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment. Abela!
Что такое? Морриган.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Нам нужен этот источник. Ну, я не знаю, насколько нам вообще нужен этот источник. Но с другой стороны, если мы не воспользуемся источником, если мы не уничтожим источник, если мы просто уйдем, Корифей же может вновь попробовать сюда прийти.
Samson thought the well's knowledge was valuable. It could help stop Corypheus.
I care nothing for your petty conflicts, Shemlin.
You'll care when Corypheus arrives for the well.
The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost.
Ну, если ты уничтожишь, оно все равно канет в небытие.
It's better that knowledge remain in the well, never passed on? You'd rather destroy it?
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
I'll take anything that might help against Corypheus. No matter the price.
So I see.
Ну, не важна цена.
The Vira Belasan
Я
may
не
be too
согласна.
much for a mortal to comprehend.
Цена всегда важна.
Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend
Мне
states
нравятся
that
их
Mythal was
доспехи.
tricked by Fen'Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be, betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vira Belasan remains, as do we. That is something.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain?
There is a place for you, Laurelin, if you seek it.
Perhaps there are places the Shemlin have not touched. It may be that only Uthenera awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity never to awaken, if fate is kind.
You could come with us. Fight Corypheus. He killed your people.
Не
We killed
захочет.
ourselves long ago.
Malas amalin nahalam abalas. His name, Abalas, means sorrow. I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
Зеркало.
You'll note the intact illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mathal's last illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so hungry.
Let's not be reckless. I don't want anyone hurt.
I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Конечно,
Or more
конечно.
likely to your own ends.
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
You alone? You're not the only mage here.
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only
Теперь мы давайте
dream.
будем
Can you honestly
ссориться,
tell me there
кто
is
более
anyone
достойный.
better suited?
What about you, Solus?
No. Do not ask me again.
Я не очень верю сейчас Морриган. Вот не очень я доверяю. У нее явно свои мыслишки по этому поводу. И свои мотивы. Тогда это буду я.
I would be.
You lead the Inquisition. This is not a risk you can take. I have the best chance of making use of the well for everyone. Let me drink.
А интересно, а если бы был Коул здесь, он бы смог выпить?
You're not concerned about the price? Bound forever to the will of
Или
Mythal.
только маг может?
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
Ладно, давайте, где причина вам доверять?
What's to stop you from taking the knowledge and leaving?
My word. If that seems insufficient, Corypheus threatens all, even myself. He must be stopped.
And who stops you?
I, Inquisitor, seek neither immortality nor your life.
Thoughts?
She is right about only one thing. We should take the power which lies in that well.
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take the risk. Make her help us all.
You're asking me? This is a lot of weird... I barely understand how any of this works.
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
Надо было... Кола, интересно, как чтобы говорил здесь. Так, а ну это что?
Looking at it, listening to it. That's not just knowledge from the ancient elven priests. It's their will.
How would you know such a thing?
That's what Abelas was telling us. The collective will of the priests puts anyone who drinks under a compulsion. A gas. Can't you feel it?
That would match the legends, but it does not tell us what the gas entails. I would still use the well, but you are right. We must be cautious.
Ладно, Мориган. Пей.
It's yours.
А вы что выбирали? Кого? Мориган слишком становится сильной, чтобы она не стала... Кассандра не одобряет. Кассандра, ты сама так сказала, что пусть это сделает Мориган. Чтобы она не стала Мориган нашим главным антагонистом в следующей части.
Elasin Salah. Visan Allah. I am intact. There is much to sift through. But now we can...
Корифей. Собственной персоной. Ну, тю-тю, а мы выпили. Ни капельки тебе не оставили.
Through the mirror.
Интересно, Вивьен бы захотела из источника выпить? А это кто там? Закрывайся, зеркальце! Ну ладно, корифей обломался. Ради этого стоило это все делать. О, в Скайхолде вынырнем сейчас. А я.
It is done.
I'm pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not hide.
You sound pretty certain when you say that.
The Well of Sorrows held many voices, and they speak to me now from across the ages. They hold wisdom, secrets I never dreamed possible. But even they fear what Corypheus has become.
Should we fear him more than his army?
Possibly. Luckily for you, he has a weakness. The dragon he calls is not truly an archdemon. It is a dragon in which Corypheus has infested part of his being. He doubtless did so out of pride to emulate the gods of old. That pride can be exploited. Kill the dragon, and his ability to leap into other bodies is disrupted. He can be slain.
Just kill his dragon? Why didn't we think of that before?
There is a way to defeat the dragon, to match Corypheus in his power. The well whispers it to me now. Your help will be required, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready, and we shall begin.
Сейчас, небось, надо будет поговорить со всеми, да? Давайте сначала со ставкой разберемся. Что у нас тут появилось новенькое? Миледи-инквизитор свою помощь в поисках маркизы Буфон предложила леди Жанет Лагасп, но, как выяснилось, она в союзе с маркизой. Ее войско напало на нас в очень удачный момент, и серые стражи понесли большие потери. После кровопролитной битвы нам все же удалось обнаружить в Гамарданских пиках тайное укрытие маркизы Буфон. С прискорбием сообщаю, что в результате недавних операций серые стражи понесли слишком много потерь и больше не смогут участвовать в боях. Последние воины погибли, доблестно сражаясь за Инквизицию. Я выслал их личные вещи в Вейсхаупт. Провал? Хотите сказать? У нас больше не осталось серых стражей, что ли? Че, серьезно? А если бы я иначе выбрала другие? О, блин. Неприятно очень. Но я не буду переигрывать. С нашей помощью капитан стражи Авелин дала отпор армии Себастьяна. Шпионы Лилианы сообщают, что он горит нетерпением и жаждет повторить попытку. Калин. Вот упрямый. Так, давайте разбираться последствия обмана Блэквелла. Нужно шагать вперед, а не назад. Никаких извинений. После того, что случилось со стражами, мы более чем вправе пользоваться их соглашениями. Чтобы выбрать. Так. Конечно, с серыми стражами получилось очень нехорошо. Ай, обидно, нет. Я бы переиграла, если бы не было в прохождении сейчас этого основного квеста. Я бы, может, выбрала другие, тогда сделала выбор, перезагрузилась. А я не хочу заново перепроходить, так что... Не повезло серым стражам. Они не справились. Мы не рассчитали силы. В общем, нужно шагать вперед, а не назад.
Инквизитор.
Источник скорби построен в незапамятные времена. Крупицы информации могли сохраниться в эльфийских легендах, их ветких свитках далеких библиотек. Если выделить на это людей, то можно узнать, как древние эльфы создали этот артефакт. Где искать самые древние труды по магии, как не в Твинтере? Я смогу организовать для наших ученых визит в Минратоуские архивы. Вперед. Ну, тут у нас все. Так. Пока все, пока надо идти разговаривать с советниками, со всякими, и вообще с своими людьми.
The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy woman to the people. You'll enter legend.
I couldn't have come this far without the Inquisition at my back.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
I hope you're not going anywhere after I stop Corypheus.
Far from it. Oh, if you'll have me, there's so much more the Inquisition can do. Farewell, my lady. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light.
Такое ощущение, что мы там уже на финишной прямой. Так, а ну, Варик. Нет. Или только с Мориган нам надо поговорить сейчас. Ну, с Вивьен.
It's been quite the momentous day, hasn't it, my dear? We should probably give some thought to the very likely possibility that Morrigan will use her new power against us.
I have complete confidence in Morrigan. She won't turn on us.
My dear, even if she wishes to remain loyal, what will the Well's power do to her mind? She's bound to some ancient demon. Circle records have limited information on shapeshifting. There are mentions of counterspells that may prevent mages from transforming or from reverting to their true forms. I have my people researching these spells now. If they have ever been documented, I'll find them.
Вот в тебе я не уверена.
Если
бы ты получила эти знания.
You've done so much better than I expected. I shall not be embarrassed to stand and fight beside you. Did you need something, darling?
Так, кто тут у нас? Фиона, ну.
Greetings again, Inquisitor. I'll leave you to it.
А, вот Дориан.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive. All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
You encountered ancient elves. A piece of history. Something the Imperium didn't destroy. Maybe my people can atone for what we've done. There is something still left to restore. Maybe not all of us want to. But that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
Someone with your impeccable taste could transform Tevinter.
I hope you're right. You usually are. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything. Fancy meeting you here.
Хватит
I
на
should
этом.
go.
Try not to die. I would notice you were gone.
Ну да, ее сложно не заметить. Исчезновение. Так, Лилиана, ты тут где? Молишься?
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
If you were divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. Your support of the Mage Rebellion was a good start. We must build on this. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
Да. Я хотела именно Лилиану поддержать. Я Лилиану больше вижу верховной жрицей, чем Кассандру. Это... Кассандру вообще не вижу. Ну, солдафонка. Кассандра. Искатель. Воин. Солдат. Ну, не верховная жрица. А Лилиана все время в этом варилась. Была под крылышком тоже у жрицы верховной. Так что да. Я бы поддержала именно Лилиану. В принципе, я ждала, когда уже наконец-то можно ее поддержать. Тем более мне нравится...
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know, the Chantry I wish the world to see.
В общем, мне нравятся ее мысли, цели. Продолжайте мечтать.
The world could certainly use the force for good you describe.
Yes, the Chantry should be a force for good instead of what it is. The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one should be turned away from our doors. No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved, unconditionally. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
Вот и отлично, вот и замечательно.
So if we kill Corypheus, he has the power to move from one tainted creature into another? What we will learn next? That he can command the sun to rise or the seas to burn?
Я бы не удивилась.
At this point, nothing he does will surprise me.
I have researchers scouring the Temple of Mythol as we speak. I hope that their search turns up something we can use. Ancient magic, perhaps. Something even Corypheus missed. Anything to give us an edge.
I'll leave you to your work.
Так, дальше. Тут больше никого нет, да? О, Солос тут где-то должен быть.
The Temple of Mythal was extraordinary. In all my journeys, I never dreamed of finding anything like it. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
I won't know the answer until Corypheus is defeated.
Yet they are already asking you to answer. Restore the Chantry? Destroy the Chantry? If you do nothing, someone else will answer in your stead. Whatever you do, choose wisely. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
В общем, мне не очень нравится, как здесь сделаны вот эти вот диалоги, то, что мне нравится больше, как в первой части. Ты видишь полное предложение, что он скажет, а не вот это вот ты, в принципе, не всегда тыкаешь и не всегда говорит то, о чем ты думаешь, что она может сказать. И вот в итоге получается не то, что ты сказал. Это мне здесь не нравится.
You planning to leave before we take down the bad guy?
No, but there may not be a later. It seemed wise to say my goodbyes now.
So, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. We went to an elven rune, so a witch could consume a pool of magical goo and then walked through a mirror, and wound up back here. Have I mentioned that the shit that happens to you is crazy? I don't want to think about this anymore. You want to discuss something normal?
Carry on.
Это мозаики, которые мы собираем. По кускам. Тут куска не хватает, там куска не хватает, здесь куска не хватает. Забавно.
Will you be coming to the readings? After what happened, I just assumed.
After the destruction of a holy place. Fine day for me.
The triumph of holy action. Isn't it grand?
No.
Так.
You all right, sir?
Бык. С быком потом поговорим.
I'm sorry. Oh wait, no I'm not. It's just the funniest, isn't it? That creaky old Abelas in Mythal saying the elves weren't destroyed by Tevinter.
That's some long dead you're gloating over.
About time I got mine back. Elvie elves have shoved victim in my face 1,000,000 times. Like being sad makes them better than me. Turns out they're not victims. They're the same as everyone else. Arseholes. Plus, a big old temple full of demon-worshipping lies. Grand, that.
Для почитателей демонов.
So your main takeaway is that elves worship demons?
Well, they never call them that, yeah? But that's what it had to be. I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods, and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw.
Why believe it? Because Abelas looked weird? If that's all it takes, Cariffi's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. You're not even an elf. Why are you being so damned elfy? You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
Не в первый 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1
The Inquisition is probably used to me sounding like an idiot.
Not for me to say, yeah. Just saying. Anyway, believe what you want. So long as we kill Carifi fish. Whatever. Back, yeah? Always good.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Так, теперь к Коулу, что он нам скажет?
Corypheus died, and then he didn't. That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
So did I. Corypheus seems to break a lot of rules.
Что такое?
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not, could I have saved the real Cole?
What happened to him wasn't your fault.
It gnawed at me, hooks in the hollows, pain of not knowing like the knot in his belly. But that is a hurt, and hurts can heal. I can heal. Forget.
Cole? Cole, are you?
You may still use that name, if you like. I am here to help you.
Что он сделал?
We all did.
He meant to watch forever. He called himself Sorrow.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
Так, с кем мне там еще надо поговорить? Железный бык, Блэквелл, Кассандра, Кален. Кален. Туда, не туда.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you?
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
For moments like this, perhaps.
There are fewer of those lately.
There's time now.
Так. С Морриган я поговорю позже. Пока я хочу с Кассандрой и Блэквеллом.
Inquisitor?
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
Everyone needs something to aspire to.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
Is there anything you actually know about the Wardens? Or did you make it all up?
I made very little up. I also feared you knew enough to contradict me. Warden Blackwall told me a bit before my initiation. But it is a secretive order. Not even the most senior Wardens know all there is to know.
Now we know why you were never worried about Corypheus's calling.
Yes. I have none of the Warden's abilities and none of the drawbacks. Still, I would have fought through the darkest pits of the deep roads like any true Warden. There's more to it than being able to sense darkspawn. Warden Blackwall would have agreed.
The Wardens at Adamant listened to you. They saw you as one of their own.
Perhaps it takes an outsider to show how much of yourself you've lost. I never understood the reality of being a Warden. I only saw the ideal. I suppose I reminded them of something they'd forgotten.
You have a lot of respect for the Wardens.
They take all men, from the most noble to the most despicable, and make them equals. I needed to believe something like that was possible.
Why did Blackwall want to recruit you?
He never told me. I don't know what he saw that day besides some wreck starting a bar fight. That night, I taught some village militia a painful lesson about harassing a tavern girl. Didn't know I had an audience.
Did you start a fight while drunk?
Make her know. I wasn't drunk, but I was trying to get there. Told the girl to keep the wine coming. She couldn't, not with those louts bothering her. Something had to be done.
We'll continue this another time.
Кассандра, теперь мне нужна ты.
A whole temple. I told you. Elves.
Где там она у нас? Кассандра.
You're welcome, you know. You've always been welcome.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
He'll hide. What other choice does he have?
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
А что-то 1 на 1.
It wouldn't be any fun if all this was over so soon.
Corypheus believes himself a god. Pride alone demands he not slink off into the shadows. I have faith you will be victorious even so. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You A valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
We still have to beat Corypheus.
I have not forgotten. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter. You have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
Взаимно, взаимно. Пойдем поговорим с железным быком. Опять меня черт знает куда. Вот сюда. Железный бык, железный бык, железный бык. Не про нашу ли Сэру?
That's easy. We're good at killing shit. Just one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye. We're kicking this guy's ass. Hey.
Давайте поговорим о нас.
Do you have some free time?
Ой! Что за... Никто ничего не видел? Так, а ну-ка, 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 ну-ка.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to talk about you and me.
Sure, boss. What's up?
А ну-ка.
So what is this? What are we doing?
That's up to you, boss. If you wanted light and casual, that's fine with me.
Нормально.
How do Canaries show that they're serious about a relationship?
They don't. We don't have sex for love. But for someone we really care about, there is an old tradition. You find a dragon's tooth, break it in half, and you each wear a piece. Then, no matter how far apart life takes you, you're always together.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Заявку на ожерелье. Так, надо только найти, где это делается опять. А, по-моему, в подвале нас тут. Тут же? Или не тот?
Not trying to step on your toes, you know.
Нет, кажется, не тут. Ай. Так, давайте посмотрим зелье. Не выбрать зелье, а улучшить зелье. Так, слезы мертвеца какие-то. Так, у меня вылетела игра на самом интересном месте, когда я тут собралась вручать железному быку побрякушку. Подарочек. Интересно, что он как отреагирует.
I think I've got something for you too. Come on, I'll go first.
Что же, надеюсь, у него то же самое, что и у меня?
There we go. No Inquisition.
Нет.
No war. Nothing outside this room. Just you and me. So, what do you want to talk about?
Sorry to disturb your rest, Inquisitor, but our Oh, sweet Major.
Cullen, how's it going?
Is the Inquisitor awake? I thought perhaps we...
I'm so sorry.
Закрываться надо.
I cannot move my legs.
Is something the matter? Ah!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do you see this?
No.
Нет.
So, I take it.
Actually, she's the one who's been taking it.
I apologize for interrupting what I assume was a momentary diversion.
Nothing wrong with having a bit of fun.
Who wouldn't be a little curious?
Жозефина.
This was more than just a momentary diversion, and Bull and I intend to continue. Is that a problem?
No.
Not at all.
A surprise, I'll admit, but not a problem.
We'll leave you be.
Yes. Do enjoy yourselves.
You okay, boss?
I believe we may have blinded poor Cullen. But since we have a moment...
What's that?
The dragon's tooth. Split in two. So no matter how far apart life takes us, we're always together.
Not often people surprise me, Kadan.
Kadan?
Kadan. My heart.
Kadan.
Чего выбрали это место и как нас тут вообще нашли, интересно? А была бы я человеком... Кто это? Я бы с удовольствием попытала бы счастье с Калином. А почему бы и нет? Так, ладно, сейчас надо зайти, узнать, скажет ли что-нибудь бык. Еще. И пойти, наконец-то, к Морриган. Что ж такое? Опять вылет. Что-то стало себя игра опять плохо вести. Так, что я здесь не вижу? Морриган? Где-то тут, что ли? Ага.
Inquisitor, thank the Maker you're here. Morrigan chased after her son into the Illuvian. She was terrified.
She was chasing Kieran?
She said he activated the mirror somehow, and then she ran into it. I've never seen Morrigan like that. You must go after her. I will find help, Inquisitor.
This isn't the crossroads. This is the Fade. How did the Illuvian lead here? Can it go anywhere?
Так, я думаю, мы на этом завершим серию. Продолжим в следующий раз. Так что всем спасибо, всем пока, до новых встреч. С вами была Лау.